Hey, what's up guys? Rey Mysterio here, and I'm gonna be doing some 100% this episode. Why, you ask? Well, I need to step my game up. I don't want Hurricane over here unsubscribing. A guy made such classics as Arthur. Okay, so what makes 100% different, and why am I an idiot for doing it without having done it in 2 years? I left a lot of cliffhangers to skips and stuff. I'll explain that in a second. Yeah, you want to quit that? Like telejumps and the double intermission skip. I'm gonna be doing both of those. This death right here is related to telejumps. That's setting up a telejump in the future. When you press R at the same frame as collecting a trinket, it turns the music off, and also, more importantly, the reason I actually did it was that it skips the text box of it showing up, which saves time, funnily enough. So the first telejump I'll be doing is immediately after Warp Zone, so look forward to that. That's gonna be a wild ride there. You're gonna have a whale of a time. But it only works if you demolish that like button, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Man, if I had a nickel for every time I reset a run because I didn't actually enter that room but I thought I did, I would probably be using American currency, which wouldn't get me very far in any general United Kingdom licensed shop. So what other routes is there left to do after this one? You ask a lot of questions, don't you, little boy? You know too much. It might not seem like it, but there are like plenty of other routes to show off still. There's all the save and quit ones, the fucking bunch of garbage. There you go, that one's for you, Chad. Oh shit. My cycles are off. Doesn't matter, I'm the king. And on the internet, memes are king. Did you know, actually, before I continue whatever the fuck I was talking about, did you know if you press R on this room after touching the teleporter, you can't do anything? Fun fact. Alright. This is the first telejump. Yeah, the other routes, obviously double intermission skip on any percent. Here we go, did it. There's the wrong warp one. I'm not gonna do that though because I don't think it's possible by a human, from what I remember of it. I did a task of it, because Zan, who is another runner of this game, asked me to do it. I also make fun of him in a couple of my videos. Wouldn't advise doing it, but if you really are gay and you want your dad to look at your run to find out like Zan does, here's what you do. A lot of people might not have understood the beauty of that joke that I made about him. It's one of my favorites of all time. There's a way to get this trinket that I also have a video on. If there's something in this game, I probably have a video explaining it. You can, oh yeah, that was a huge waste of time. Why did I do that? Doesn't matter, I died like 50 times on Edge games anyway. As expected. You can do a crazy little flip there and get the trinket without having to do all the previous shit, but it's not faster, unfortunately. It would have been pretty cool though. Not for anyone who's actually seriously trying to get a good time in this, because they'd have to do it, and it's really hard. I made a ton of tasks for this game. You felt like endless entertainment there. If you want to see like an optimized route, I've done glitchless tasks, I've done like 3 or 4 100% tasks. They all took like 8 hours minimum each, which was ridiculous because I only did long categories. Because Scaffio and Master Jin already capitalized on the old garbage runs. Even though Scaffio did not do a very good job. No disrespect meant to Scaffio, like if he's watching this, man, I don't like you. That guy's never given me a reason to act anything other than hostile towards him. Alright, telejump number 2. Fuck. So the way teleporters work is you only have to be in a room with a teleporter to activate it. So there's that room you saw earlier that I looked like I foolishly died on by accident. What the fuck was that? But alas, it was a purpose. Alright. From here on out, I cannot hit a checkpoint. I'm going to try and skip the principal checkpoint, the Bernoulli principal one. But I'm probably just gonna hit one later anyway. I'll do it the safe way. There we go. That's frame perfect right there, and pixel perfect, more importantly. Not putting that one in. I should talk Reddit like as much as I wanted to in the previous episode too, so if you're still looking for some of that good stuff, I'm afraid it's all in the first episode. I'm not gonna shit talk Reddit anymore. Fuck. Luckily, it wasn't one of the checkpoints that completely nullifies the run, such as the last one. Whoa. That went a bit too far. Like this. If I hit that, I'm fucked. Can't get back up. The reason I did this is, man, it looks so weird when you fuck it up and you spawn at the wrong checkpoint. I'm so used to it being the one. I'll just do this while I'm here, by the way. I'm supposed to come back for these later, but I'm here, so why not? Makes it a bit easier as well, because when I come back here, I'm going to be using a different sprite. I'm gonna have a bit of a makeover. This trinket is underratedly hard. We'll take that one for a joke, but it's no joke. So from this point, I can get out of lab without having touched the end teleporter. So the next teleporter I touch is very important. How do I get out of this? Like this. Can I do that? It's almost like it's designed for me to do that. Weird. Usually I'd end up on this room right here. This is the room I'm used to seeing after doing that. What the fuck was that? You can avoid getting that checkpoint too. Let me actually try that. A bit of fun. There we go. Shit. Yeah, so the next teleporter I'm going to be using to save Victoria is also the teleport I'm going to be using to save Violet. And this is my third rescue. My third crew member rescued, so that's supposed to send me into the intermission. But the funny thing is, and this is hilarious, so buckle your belts on this one. If I get the third crew member at the same time as getting the fourth, it just skips what it does for getting the third one and just gives you the fourth one's result. And the funny thing about, and this is also quite funny as well, by the way, this is a good fucking knee slapper right here. When you save the fourth crew member, if everything goes according to plan and it's not Violet, which it shouldn't be, when you save the fourth crew member as intended, it should send you into the Gravitron. Basically, the cutscene overrides going to the Gravitron, so you're free to do the final one without ever having to do either of the intermissions. I hope that explains it, because I'm not fucking talking about that again. Just your standard... This trinket is not as hard as everyone says it is. Sure, it may take you like 200 tries on your first attempt, but chill out, it's not hard. It's actually one of the easier ones in the game, and that's not a lie. Alright. You have to go into this one properly. Like, you can't have that dialogue box when... This, just like laboratory, is coincidentally entirely possible and like the whole way backwards. Luckily for us. So I need to go back and get this trinket right at the start. You'd think it would be slower to have to go all the way for this one trinket that is actually the first trinket you should be able to get in a regular glitchless run of this. If I skipped that checkpoint, I would have saved a little bit of time. I would have saved this flip right here. But it turns out that it's not. I mean, any run, to be honest, is faster than this one I'm on right now. Why'd you stop tassing also? Well, tassing was arguably more stressful than actually running the game in real time. Because I used the program Hourglass to task it, and this one's quite funny too. Every time you load or save a state, primarily load though, but it is possible if you save, has a quite high chance to crash, and then you need to boot it back up and watch every single fucking frame of your, until your last saved state. But at least it's in 2x speed. But it still, like, took up like 3 hours probably of each tasking. Whatever session, that's what I meant to say. There we go. Oh yeah. See, I was watching my 1645 run or something for 100% so I could remember what the route is for this. Alright, this is a big moment. Hold R and just use your action button a bunch of times. Will he forget Victoria's trinket? No, I always make myself remember, no matter what, go get it. Go get him, Tiger. Alright, now this is the part where I forget where the teleport is. This was another really fucking annoying part of tassing this, because the hitbox for this is very deceptive. I don't know why I tried doing that without getting the checkpoint, it's not necessary. Hey, still got it! Ah, shit. As I was standing on the platform because it looks stupid, man, I hate it. Alright, that should be all of the trinkets. I probably missed one though. This one's for you, Hurricane, you better be happy with this, man. I got this in the last episode, I don't know how. There we go, I did it again. That's like 2 frames faster, you get it right. I lost world record to that little line clip right there because I decided not to do it. It was a deathless run as well. My second deathless run. It was a 12:18 run, when the world record was my own 12:16. And I could have beat it, but I chose not to do that out of safety, and my other line clips were atrocious too. So it wasn't just that one, if all of them were like first try, then that would have been easy, like 12:11 or 12:10. Ah, the good old days. Except not really the good ones. They were really stressful. Don't know why I always did that little flip right there, but I mean, I learned that from Fiery Blizzard, and I never stopped doing it. Alright, 20 out of 20, that's the minimum requirement. But I did it, man. Look at that garbage, that's not even... I would have, I think my first 100% run was way faster than that. I think my first one was like 21 minutes or something. I can show you something gay if you want. Let's do something gay. If you want to see other stupid shit I did with this game, I replaced all of the sound effects with fart noises. You can just type up V6 with fart noises. So this unlocks the secret lab. Almost done. Let him hit it. Alright, now we go back to the menu, continue, and now we're large. Pretty gay, huh? You think about that, and you can get right back into it if you do this. You can also fuck up the... How do you get into the Gravitron? There we go. You can just go off screen and get infinite time. So if you're struggling with those achievements because you're quite bad, here you go, man. Here's the keys to the kingdom right in front of your eyes. Also, if you like the soundtrack, boy, I've got news for you. This particular track goes on for the entirety of the remaining game until you decide to press enter. You like that shit? This is 2014 tech right here.
I guess I should give a shout out to Control Delicious for actually routing this. Actually, not sure if you could skip it RTA, then Control is like, yeah, you can do it. Control Delicious.
Imagine having to dodge all that shit. That's for pussies, man, I swear. Alright, so got all the trophies, let's do it, boys. You can also, funnily enough, use this to beat no death mode if you're really bad. Or just, well, that's a bit unfair. You don't have to be bad to not want to do no death mode. It took me forever, I'll tell you that. This is what your trophy looks like, but it's rainbows. Now you know it. But that's just a theory, man. A game theory!